Welcome. In this video we're going to talk about limit of quotient functions. So let's start. Problem number 1. Limit as x approaches 0 of x over x squared minus x. Notice so far we've been talking about plugging in a number, the c number 0 into the function, and we get a limit. But what happens if we plug in 0 here? 0 squared is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. So we have a quotient that has a denominator 0. So we can't do those limits like that. In other words, we cannot just plug in and do like this and get 0 over 0. We can't do it like that. So we have to approach this with a different method. The way we do it is like this. We do limit as x approaches 0 of x over, we factor an x from the bottom, and we're left with x minus 1. So that's limit as x approaches 0. This cancels, so we're left with 1 over x minus 1. Now we can plug in, because if we plug in 0, we're gonna get 1 over 0 minus 1, which is 1 minus 1, which is minus 1, and that's the limit. So this is how we're supposed to do this type of problem. Let's look at our next example. Next example says that limit as x approaches 4 of x minus 4 over x squared minus 16. Notice if we plug in 4, we're gonna get 16 minus 16, we'll get a denominator 0, so we can't do it that way. So we have to do just like the previous problem. We need to factor it. So we're gonna have limit as x approaches 4 of x minus 4 over, we can factor this as like this, x plus 4 x minus 4. Let's put a parenthesis here. Notice this quantity here is the same thing as this quantity, so we can cancel them, and we're left with limit as x approaches 4 1 over x plus 4. And the final step is just to plug in 4, so that will be 1 over 4 plus 4, which is 1 over 8. And that's our answer. Let's look at another example, a little harder. We have limit as x approaches -3 of x squared plus x minus 6 all over x squared minus 9. Notice we have quadratic here, so we have to factor both numerator and denominator. But notice, remember, we cannot just plug in -3, so we have to factor, because if we have -3 squared is 9, 9 minus 9 is 0. We can't do it that way. So let's factor it. Limit as x approaches -3. Let's do this one by the x method. -6 on the bottom, 1 on top. So we need to find two numbers that multiply together gives me 1. I'm sorry, this has to be the other way around. -6 here and 1 here. Multiplied together gives you negative 6, and added gives you 1. So let's try 3 and 2. But what are the signs? Remember, we need to get 1, a positive 1. So let's do this, make this one a negative 2. And 3 minus 2 is 1. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. So now we know how to factor the top. It will be x. We get x plus 3. And then x minus 2. Okay, notice this one is similar. So we're gonna do x plus 3, x minus 3. Notice we have this quantity, no, this quantity and this quantity are the same, so we just cancel them. Now we're left with limit as x approaches negative 3 of x minus 2 over x minus 3. Now we just do the final step, which is just to plug in negative 3 into here. That would be negative 3 minus 2 over negative 3 minus 3. That gives you negative 3, negative 2, that's negative 5. Negative 3, negative 3, that's negative 6. Negative over a negative, that's positive, so that will be positive 5 over 6, and that's our final answer. Let's look at our final problem. Problem number 4. Problem number 4, yes. So this one says that the limit as x approaches 4 of x plus 5 minus 3 over x minus 4. Notice in this problem we're including a radical. So when we have this type of problem, we're going to have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate. Let me show you what that means. So this is equal to limit as x approaches 4 of x plus 5 minus 3 times x plus 5 plus 3 and then x minus 4 over x plus 5 plus 3. Now this is equal to, let's multiply. When we FOIL this out, remember we're gonna get, if we multiply this times this, we're gonna get limit x approaches 4. Let's leave this as it is right now. You'll see why. X plus 5 plus 3. So this multiply times this is just x plus 5, and then we're gonna get multiply this times that minus this times that, that gives you 0, so we're left with only the outside. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. Okay, so let's combine like terms. So top is gonna be x plus 5 minus 9 is negative 4, so that would be x minus, so let's do limit as x approaches 4 of x minus 4. Notice we have an x minus 4 here, so we can cancel it out. X minus 4 over x plus 5 plus 3. So this cancels, so we're left with limit as x approaches 4 of 1 over x plus 5 plus 3. Alright, so final step is just to plug in. That would be plugging 4. That would be 1 over, we're plugging 4 here, that would be 4 plus 5, that's 9, plus 3. Square root of 9 is 3, so that would be 1 over 3 plus 3 is 6. And that's our final answer. Notice when you have something that looks like this, try to multiply by the conjugate. The conjugate is the opposite of what is here. So if it is minus, you put a positive. If it is a positive, you're going to put a minus here. That's how you do this type of problem. Alright, so in this video we learn how to do limits of quotients, functions. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube videos. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching.